Hello, 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 hello. We are back again. Hello, everybody. Not sure if my screen is so blurry, but I won't be dealing with that today. Okay, it is week 2. I haven't seen you guys since last week after several things that has happened in our lives around the world, around the country. Um, but nevertheless, we still got to show up. We still got to make things happen. And we still have to keep it moving, right? So that's what we're doing. We're showing up, making things happen, and keeping it moving. I'm going to really have to learn how to navigate this whole Facebook Live thing because every week, I promise you guys, it gives me some type of troubles. And it's exhausting, really, though. Look at me blaming it on Facebook. Really, it's me not knowing how to make it happen. But neither here nor there. Happy Wednesday. This week is week 2. Last week we covered the workshop around how to use AI to improve your personal growth and evolution. And we broke down 5 skills on how to make that happen. And they were, I'm going to tell you in just a second, just so we can do a quick little recap from last week. But again, the point of me doing these workshops is not only to just make us comfortable with what's happening with AI, but give practical things that you can take home and that you can begin to become more comfortable with how AI is used in your everyday life and show you guys how it's naturally made me a better person, a better founder, ask better questions, and just overall show up better. So last week, as I mentioned to you before, we went over personal growth and evolution and how it has made me a better person. And it cultivated 5 different skills, which was patience and persistence, helped me build better confidence, helped me unlock my creativity and take ownership of conversations and spaces and places. And then it reinforced a growth mindset within me. And so this week, we're going to talk about how you can focus on communication mastery. And communication mastery is hugely, hugely important, not because you need to learn how to communicate better with just friends and family, but you need to know how to communicate better with yourself. You need to learn how to communicate better with your loved ones, with your business partners, with your colleagues, with your peers, as you mentor your children, right? Like communication is literally the driving force on getting everything that you think you want by leveraging how you say it, what you say, and when you say it so that you can get out of it what you desire, require, and all the above. So, this week, again, this is week 2, communication mastery. And this week, we're going to play a scenario. We're going to show how leveraging AI can help you do these 5 skills. Practice effective articulation. Sharpen your question and asking skills. Create a safe space for vulnerability. Streamline your thought process. And then ultimately learn how to refine and reframe your ideas. So let's just jump right in. Today's scenario is going to be starting a kitty clothing brand for children that are between the ages of 2 and 7. And I'm going to use ChatGPT in a way that I did not use last week. But I've been, I don't generally use it this way. But once I discovered it, I'm kind of like, this can be easier when I'm trying to like move through things and I don't have time to type it or get as specific as I need to. But when I ask it, I can be specific. So we're going to use ChatGPT. I have my phone here. We're going to use ChatGPT. They have a voice feature. It's freaking awesome. So when you walk away from this session, what you're going to know how to do is ask better questions, be vulnerable so that you can become more knowledgeable, right? Like most people don't want to know, tell the world or share that they don't know a certain thing because they feel bad or they feel like, oh my goodness, what if they know that I don't know it? That's fine. Like none of that truly matters if you want to be an expert at it, if you want to be good at it, if you want to, improve your skills. So you have to learn to be vulnerable. And then being vulnerable means you need to articulate things better and more concisely. And so let's jump right in. The kitty brand, right? So we're going to ask ChatGPT the same question in two different ways so that I can show you all the power of articulation and the power of sharpening your question skills. Okay, so let's do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Now, okay, Chat GPT, where you at? Okay, so we're starting a new one. This is, you probably cannot see it because it's, yeah, you can't see it, but it's neither here nor there. Okay, so practicing effective articulation. So here we go. Hello.
Hey, Samela, how's it going?
It's well.
Great
So
to hear. What's on your mind today?
I have a question and I need your assistance with.
Sure thing. What do you need help with?
So I am doing a recording and I am showing people how to use your software in better ways. So the first question I have is, what should I consider when I'm starting a clothing brand on a shoestring budget?
That sounds like an exciting project. When starting a clothing brand on a shoestring budget, consider these key points. 1. Define your niche. Focus on a specific target audience or style to stand out in a crowded market. 2. Start small. Limit your initial product range to a few key pieces to manage costs. 3. Quality over quantity. Invest in quality materials and craftsmanship to build a strong brand reputation. 4. Leverage social media. Use free or low-cost platforms to promote your brand. 5. DIY where possible. From designing to marketing, do as much as you can yourself to save money. 6. Network and collaborate. Build relationships with other small businesses or influencers. These strategies should help you get your clothing brand off to a solid start without breaking the bank.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions or need further assistance, just let me know.
Deal. Okay, so you guys see how she went through that list of things. She broke it down, but that question was really generic, right? Like it was, what should I consider when starting my clothing brand with a shoestring budget? You didn't tell me what type of clothing brand. You didn't tell me what's that shoestring budget. You didn't tell me when you want to start it, right? Like that question did not set you up for success so that when you do get an answer, it is more refined to who you need to be. So that was skill number one. Let's go into sharpening this question. So here's the more sharper question. How can I strategically start my clothing brand to sell to parents with children around the ages of 2 to 7 with a budget of $1,500? Now, let's ask her that. We're going to start a new conversation just so that you can see the difference. So, here we go. Hello.
Hey there, how's it going?
Great. I have a question for you that I need your assistance with.
Of course. What do you need help with?
How can I strategically start a clothing brand to sell to parents who have children between the ages of 2 to 7, but my budget is only $1,500 and I want to get it started sooner than later?
Starting a clothing brand with a $1,500 budget is doable with some strategic planning. Here's a roadmap. 1. Niche down. Define a unique selling proposition that appeals to parents, such as eco-friendly materials or educational themes. 2. Market research. Understand your target audience's preferences and price points. Survey parents to gauge interest in your designs and price range. Start with a small collection of versatile pieces. You can hire a freelance designer or use online tools like Canva. 3. Sourcing. Find reliable, cost-effective manufacturing. I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble responding right now. Please wait a bit and try again.
Okay.
5. Branding. Develop a strong brand identity with a memorable logo, color scheme, and brand story that resonates with parents. You can use budget-friendly tools like Canva for this. 6. Marketing. Leverage social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook to showcase your products. Influencer partnerships and engaging content can boost visibility. Set up an online store using affordable platforms like Shopify or Etsy. Inventory management. Start with a limited run of each design to manage costs and assess demand.
Okay, I'm going to stop her there because as you can see, the answers were more specific to who, what, why, what you're doing, right? And so understanding the power of a sharp question in life in general, right? You're not starting a clothing brand. Maybe you are trying to conflict resolve. That's not correct. Maybe you're trying to do some conflict resolution with your spouse and you want to ask them why would they do this, right? And say this is, I don't know, go shopping without telling you. I'm not sure, just making up something, right? Instead of saying, why would you spend all this money? Not such a great question. Better question is, hey babe, I noticed that you spent $500 at X store. What was that about? Like, can you help me understand what that purchase was about? And just simply reframing the way that you ask that question could dictate how the conversation goes. It dictates how it flows. It dictates who, like how they show up and the level of defense that they're under, right? So you get what I'm saying. Back to our clothing brand, children's clothing brand, right? So we started the clothing brand. We see that she gave us this roadmap of how to get started. She even named services and companies that we can use compared to the first answer where she was just kind of like talking high level. So ChatGPT absolutely helped me practice asking better questions, more with more articulation in mind, sharpening my questioning skills and even asking skills. And then now I'm going to show you how to create a vulnerable space, how it taught me how to create a vulnerable space, right? Because every time we start something or do something, we don't always know the answers. We don't always know how to do it, and it's okay. That does not mean that you shouldn't do it anyway. That does not mean that you're not qualified to get it done, especially when you're operating from a place of calling, right? So that's important. But here's vulnerability. Hey, I'm back and I have a few questions for you.
All right, Samela, bring them on. What's on your mind?
Okay, so the clothing brand that
Sorry,
we
I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Okay, the clothing brand that we were going to start for the children, that's 2 to 7. My truth is, I don't even know what sizes those kids, like what size are kids that are ages 2 to 7?
Totally fair question. Kids' clothing sizes can feel like a whole different language. Generally, here's the breakdown. 2-year-olds usually wear 2T. The T stands for toddler. 3-year-olds wear 3T. 4-year-olds wear 4T, and so on, up to 5T. After that, around age 5 to 7, they start moving into big kid sizes, which are typically XS, size 4 fits, S, size 6XS, and M, size 7-8. So for your range of ages 2 to 7, you'd look at sizes 2T through 7 or 8. Does that help get you started?
Oh my God, absolutely. And what about, like, what does that market size look like if I wanted to sell to those that age, parents who have those kids in that age group?
Oh, you're asking the right questions here. The market for children's clothing, especially for the 2 to 7 age range, is massive and growing, especially as parents prioritize quality, style, and lately, sustainability in kids' clothing. Here's a quick snapshot. The global children's apparel market is estimated to be worth over $200 billion and projected to grow annually by around 4 to 5%. Now, for the specific 2 to 7 age range, you're targeting a sweet spot. Kids grow fast, so parents are buying new clothes every few months, which means repeat customers if you keep them happy. In the US alone, around 40 million children fall in this age group, and with parents increasingly looking for convenience, hello, online shopping, and unique styles for their kids, there's room to really make a mark.
Got
Plus,
it.
niche focuses like matching sets, quality basics, or even conscious fashion can help you stand out. Does that size sound exciting? Or are
That
you thinking of narrowing down even more?
No, that's good. Just give me 1 second, please. Okay, so I put her on mute.
Take your time. I'm right here when you're ready.
I put her on mute. But do you guys see how specific she got once you begin to ask the correct questions and you started being vulnerable with what you know and what you do not know? How you need to think about it and what you need to think about it. And so now that she just gave us this information, we're going to go to step number 4, which is streamlining the thought process. Watch this. Okay, I'm so happy that you gave me all this information. I feel a little bit overwhelmed, but how can I go about streamlining my thoughts so that I can know what to focus on now and what is really important to get this brand off the ground?
Absolutely. It's totally normal to feel that overwhelm. It means you care about getting this right. Let's simplify. First, start with a clear vision. Ask yourself, what's the unique feel or purpose of your brand? Are you thinking trendy styles, practical basics, or maybe a focus on sustainability? Defining this helps set the tone for everything else. Then focus on 3 core steps to move forward without overload. 1. Nail down your product line. Decide on a small, focused line, maybe just a few types of pieces to start, like matching sets or comfy basics in popular sizes, 2T to 7. Starting small gives you flexibility to adjust based on what sells. 2. Identify your ideal parent. Get clear on the parents you're targeting. Think about their lifestyle, spending habits, and values. Are they eco-conscious? Looking for style with comfort? This clarity will help shape your messaging and marketing. 3. Budget allocation. Use your budget of $1,500 wisely. Focus on essentials like samples, initial inventory, and marketing. With a tight budget, aim for quality over quantity. Maybe look into small batch or pre-orders to gauge demand without overspending. With this clarity, you can move forward in small, intentional steps. And remember, this is a starting point. You'll have time to build out the rest as you go. How's that sound as a plan?
Oh, that's so good. Thank you so much. Give me 1 second, please.
Of course, take all the time you need.
Do you see what just happened? You just went from asking a not so good question to asking a better question, which then led you to understand what you do know and what you do not know because you were vulnerable enough to ask for what you need and what you should be focusing on. She just helped you streamline your process. And so now we're at step 5, which is reframe and refine the idea overall, right? And so let me show you how we're going to do that. Okay, so this is so much information. I love it. Thank you. You've been very helpful. But I keep hearing you mention sustainability, so is that an area that I should really be focusing on? Like, what is the chances of my business being more successful if I focused on sustainability, and what does that look like?
Great question. Sustainability is a hot topic, especially in children's clothing. More parents today want brands that align with values like eco-friendliness and ethical production, especially when it comes to kids. Here's why focusing on sustainability could work in your favor. 1. Strong appeal to modern parents. Millennials and Gen Z, who are having kids now, care a lot about the environment. They're drawn to brands that offer transparency, quality, and a feel-good factor in what they buy. This could be a big selling point for you. 2. Higher willingness to spend. Parents are often willing to pay a bit more for sustainable, quality items, especially when it's for their kids. Focusing on eco-friendly fabrics, or even offering options like durable hand-me-down quality, can make your brand memorable and worth the price. 3. Brand loyalty and word of mouth. Sustainable brands often build strong followings and high loyalty. Parents love to share finds that feel good to buy, so there's a natural marketing boost if you get sustainability right. To start, sustainability doesn't have to mean big changes right away. It could look like using organic cotton, partnering with ethical manufacturers, or even offering a buyback or recycling program for outgrown clothes. You can start with just one sustainable element and build from there. Would adding that sustainable angle feel authentic to you? It could give you a competitive edge and really connect with the values of modern parents.
Wow, that's awesome. Yes, I think the buyback, because you mentioned earlier that they buy clothes more frequently.
Love that idea. A buyback or recycling program could be a game changer. Not only does it make your brand more sustainable, but it also gives parents a reason to keep coming back to you when their kids outgrow things. Plus, it creates a community vibe, kind of a pass-it-forward feeling that parents love. If you decide to go this route, you could make it super easy for parents to return items, maybe even give them a discount on their next purchase. It's both sustainable and a smart way to build customer loyalty. Want to dive deeper into how that could work?
I do, but not at the moment.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
I do, but I need a moment, so I'll be back, okay?
Absolutely. Take your time. I'll be here when you're ready.
So, we're done using ChatGPT in the moment. I just wanted to show you guys how simple it is. Like, if you're going to start something in today's world, you're going to put your energy, your effort, your time, your money behind it. Why won't you just have a 15-minute conversation with ChatGPT to do the thinking, to do the strategic thinking for you so that you can be successful the first time around? So I hope this workshop was helpful to you all. I hope that you learned some things. I hope that you were able to see how smooth and easy this process could be, right? Like, because once you hear things, your mind, you already have a brilliant mind. You're already a visionary. So now once you start talking to something that is equally as brilliant and can tame your brilliance and help you refine it, you literally become unstoppable. And that is the whole point of this workshop, so that you guys not only see the power of AI, but begin to leverage it and use it so that you can be the best version of who you're becoming, what you're wanting to do, and how you're going to get it done. I'm really, really hoping that this was helpful. I'm hoping that that conversation, it was clear and shared with you all very well. And so, moral of the story, asking better questions is literally like handing yourself a map, so that you can begin to grow. You start with a general question, and then next thing you know, that question begins to evolve. Your thought process behind it begins to evolve. And now you're digging deeper, you're becoming more intentional, you're clarifying things until you get to a place that these answers are very clear to you. It's important that you give yourself the best shot, and you set yourself up for success. And AI is here to empower exactly that. I use it in everything that I do. I don't let thoughts sit in my mind and just drive me crazy anymore when I can do something like that. It just literally makes no sense. It's almost like I want to drive myself crazy if I'm letting thoughts live in my mind rent free without asking, checking, and searching for how I can get this done. So I'm hoping that you guys see it, understand it. That is the paid feature, just to be clear. I pay $20 a month for ChatGPT, but it's one of the best $20. It's like one of the best cocktails. It's one less cocktail I get to have this month, right? Whatever. It's one less night out at the restaurant, cheeseburger, I don't know, whatever you want to think about it as, right? But it's powerful. It sets you ahead of the game. It allows you to set yourself up for success. So communication mastery, and that was just from a business side. Imagine using that to say, hey, my daughter's acting up in school. She's this age. We just moved. This is happening. How do you think I should go about it? What could potentially be the problem, right? It's so many ways that you can use this, especially in a day and age where we try to criticize our parents for what they did and how they did it, and they could have done better, and our grandparents could have done better. Well, guess what? You have AI that you can be using to be a better parent, to be a better partner, to be a better business owner, to be a better auntie, mom, sister, daughter, right? Like if you are serious about wanting to change and be your best self, let AI help you. Say it with me. Spirituality, AI, and entrepreneurship is literally how we are going to access this leisure lifestyle that we desire, so that we can live, work, and play anywhere we want, as long as we want, because we are doing it with thoughtfulness, intentionality, and setting ourselves up for success, because our businesses should be working even when we are not. And next week's class, week 3, is going to be about emotional intelligence. And here we're going to dive into family. Let's talk about like navigating family relational type of things. And I'm really excited. I hope that this was extremely helpful to someone. And let me know your thoughts. But we got to be great. Nobody's going to be great for us or on our behalf. We got to take accountability for how we're showing up. We got to take accountability of what's happening around us in our own personal lives, so that we can understand that we have autonomy, self-agency. We can start doing whatever we want to do whenever we want to do it, and it's your responsibility. And with tools like this, there's no reason why we shouldn't be better, greater. So let's be great together. Enjoy the rest of your week. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in me. And let's do some great things together. Bye. I'm going on vacation this week. Neither here nor there. Bye bye.